this weekend, but life goes on in England, and what's good enough for Kevin Keegan and Ray Wilkins is good enough for goals on Sunday. They've stayed behind to be part of the Nationwide League programme, and so have we, to bring you an all-Yorkshire third division encounter between Hull City and Scarborough.
Also coming up, Chesterfield lose their unbeaten home record in the second division. Christmas comes early for the Minster men. And Steve Whitehall is the power behind Mansfield's victory against Cambridge. But first, back to Boothbury Park, where David Rocastle was making his debut for Hull City. How fortunes can change. Only 5 years ago, he was in the England squad. His last cap against Brazil. Now he's playing against Scarborough, who are in the green shirts. Let's rejoin John.
Robinson with a touch on. Hocking's header. Poor Fewings losing out to Robinson, who's looking much leaner than he was at the start of the season. Well, the referee, Mr. Pearson, thought of a free kick there, but because Scarborough had good possession, he allowed play to continue, and Robinson is on the edge of that Hull area. Chance to knock a ball across here. He takes that chance, and the header is wide. But it was a good opening created by Liam Robinson there, and coming in on it was Troy Bennett, the former Barnsley player, and the header placed wide of the left-hand upright. Greaves across the line for Hocking. A clip from him finds his ex-Sheffield United colleague Bettany there in disputing the ball with Sutherland. Bettany. Oh, he's played this well. Oh, Chris Bettany's turned his marker inside out, and it's Peacock's header, and it's Peacock's goal for Hull City. Beautifully created, and certainly much of the credit went down to the young striker on loan from Sheffield United, Chris Bettany, who turned Colin Sutherland inside out before delivering a perfect cross right onto the head of Richard Peacock, and the header was decisive. Hull City 1, Scarborough 0. Oh, he's held it up superbly. Rocastle now slips it through. Peacock might get a second. He's kept out by the legs of the goalkeeper, and Rocastle again will find his way in. Is there another goal coming up here for Hull City? Peacock's cross, and it's away. And finally, Gary Bennett gets it up towards halfway. Scarborough living scarily. And there's some nice work inside that penalty area there from David Rocastle. Bettany is certainly posing a lot of problems for the Scarborough defence, and so is Peacock. Rocastle will get first to this ball, slips it through the legs of Williams, knocks out the longer ball for Kevin Gage, and Hull are going to have 4 players at least in the area if the cross is forthcoming. The chance is still there for Joyce to knock one in, and it's deep, and it's Bettany, and spectacular try from Chris Bettany. He's made a really impressive start to this game, the young lone player from Sheffield United, and when Joyce got that crossover, it was beyond the far post, but acrobatically Chris Bettany hooked it just over the top. Peacock using his head well, and the dangerous ball here, and Rocky Rocastle is in, and David Rocastle marks his debut for Hull City with a second goal. What a lovely moment, even for an England international. He may be in the twilight of his career at 30. He wants to impress during his loan spell from Chelsea, and that's the way to impress. Peacock had headed the ball wide. It was then planted first time behind the Scarborough back line. Rocastle got in and finished in a flash, and Hull City lead by 2-0. Decent crowd in here today, and they're averaging around 6,000 for home fixtures, which is a considerable improvement. Nice dummy, and it's opened the way for Brody. Is this a goal? Will again has kept it out, and Stephen Brodie hangs his head. He can't quite believe that. When he first came to the club from Sunderland last season, Brodie got a glut of goals, but on this occasion he's into the area, and Wilson keeps it out with his hand. Scarborough really do need a break if they're going to get something from the match. On the other hand, they'll be encouraged by that memory of last week's comeback from Torquay. 3-1 down to Hull, they've still got a point. And Betley again has played it really well. Kevin Gage this time. Straight back to him from Michael Hatton. Peacock's header off the crossbar. Could have been 3. And the Scarborough defence in this first half has been pulled apart. And this time it's Kevin Gage. And when the second ball came back to him, he hit it across first time. And Peacock getting a really good header there. He's unlucky not to have his second and Hull's third. Greaves didn't fall for Robinson's dummy. Plays it down the touchline, but Betley is considered off by the referee's assistant on the far side of the ground. Snodin and Mitchell. Now it's Troy Bennett. Square from Robinson, chance for Snodin to hit one here, and plays it through instead. Brodie, and Wilson denies him. Oh, and it's put over by Campbell. And I wonder if Scarborough are going to get better chances than the one they've just squandered. When the ball came back to Ian Snodin, I thought he was going to have a pop at goal. He fed it through to Brodie, and Brodie is thwarted by Steve Wilson, and then Neil Campbell should have scored and hoisted it high. Campbell's got a nice little top knock through here. Mitchell for Robinson, and this time off the bar. Unlucky Jamie Mitchell. And it's Hull who are suddenly living dangerously there. The ball was bobbling around there, and Jamie Mitchell instinctively put his boot to it, and it lifted it over the top of Wilson, and unfortunately for Scarborough, against the Hull City crossbar. Bit of head tennis there involving John Kay, who's now got his foot to the ball. Snodin. So a lovely ball forward, and Robinson will be onto this one. Scarborough have 2 in the middle. Oh, and he's tripped himself up, I think. He's had the presence of mind to continue, mind you. Now rolls it across, and it's wide from Mitchell. Scarborough are creating chances now, aplenty. Well, that was a funny interlude, really, because Liam Robinson got away to be on the end of Snodin's ball, slipped, still had the time to pick himself up, square the ball, and Mitchell hooked it wide. Scarborough have had so much of the ball in this half, but they still haven't found a goal for themselves. Snodin to Brodie, working hard, knocking it in for Mitchell. Oh, and it's a foot wide. And Jamie Mitchell has had quite an impact since he's come on. He got a goal or 2 last season, and receiving the ball there from Brodie, he whipped in the shot, and he's a foot wide, agonisingly so. Still a game of chances. There might be one now. Troy Bennett. What's in store from him? He must slip it. Oh, and it was a poor ball. He got plenty of time there. He could have had a shot, and when he rolled it wide, Williams had got up, could do nothing. And now on the break, it's Hull. What a phase of football here. Rocastle had to hesitate because Peacock would have been offside. Betley this time. There's the ball in, and it's a delightful 3rd goal, and it's gone to the substitute, Michael Quigley. What a splendid move from Hull City. They were defending one moment, and appropriately, Rocastle figured in the move, and when he had options, he chose the right one. He played the ball wide. The cross was excellent from Betley, and Quigley merely ran the ball into the net. Hull City 3, Scarborough 0.
Yeah, it was a breath of fresh air, really, to be playing first-team football. I know there was a lot of rumours about why is he dropping down to the 3rd division, but as a footballer, you love football. All you want to do is play for football, whatever level you're playing at. And, you know, it was a breath of fresh air to get out there and play for the first team, and obviously to get the result.
I think if you did a possession tally and a shots tally, we'd probably win quite easily, but you get no for that. the performance in terms of the possession, the football we played was sublime at times, and you know, that's obviously pleasing to a degree, but the defending in the first 20 minutes, you know, on the 2 goals was very poor, which you'll see obviously on television, and the finishing was woeful at times as well, because we've opened them up countless times, which I hope is showed in your edited highlights.